What is the difference between sales and operations planning, S&OP, and integrated business plan, IBP? Is that the right question? Or should we ask if S&OP is different from IBP? In this video, we will dive into the key aspects of S&OP and IBP, compare them against each other for you to decide if they are different. How does it sound? Let me get into it. Hi, I am Marcia, and I love the intersection between finance and supply chain. Before diving into today's episode, smash that like button and subscribe to my channel to know about the intersection between operations and supply chain to financialize your sales and operations planning. First aspect, focus. The focus of S&OP is balancing demand and supply. The concept was born back in the late 1980s when Richard Lang, a consultant with Oliver White at that moment, was working on production planning challenges when companies didn't have the right inventory. The original definition was similar to stages 1 through 3 in Gartner's S&OP maturity tool. With IBP, the focus is having one single plan that covers all functions. It's a cross-functional process that integrates operational plans with the financials and strategy. IBP translates operational planning into financial performance. These are stages 4 and 5 in Gartner's S&OP maturity tool. If you want to know more about the acronyms that we use in planning, I have a video for you, and I have included the link in the description. Okay, the second aspect is scope. S&OP centers on manufacturing and supply chain. These represent about 50-60% of the total cost. For example, S&OP doesn't cover workforce management, R&D, or CapEx, that is capital expenditure. IBP's scope is much wider. It covers all the costs of the business. It extends beyond manufacturing, beyond supply chain. The consulting firm McKinsey emphasizes this point by indicating that an effective IBP process is designed for making decisions considering the business as a whole. An effective IBP process is designed for the P&L owner to help them make more effective decisions, taking into account all the business and not the requirement of a particular function like manufacturing or supply chain. As IBP extends to all the business, it is common to find redundancies and non-value-added activities with financial planning and analysis, FP&A, that resides in finance. Please check out my video about the acronyms in planning that I have included the link in the description. Coming back to this, according to Gartner, 80% of the CFOs surveyed indicate that a planning, budgeting, and forecasting strategy is a top priority for finance. So this is the moment that companies need to take a step back and define a cohesive and holistic planning for the organization. Execution. Supply chain runs the S&OP decision meetings in a monthly cadence. It can be at the director or executive level. Execution focuses on finding a solution that balances demand and supply. In the case of IBP, as it is the link to the strategy and it has a strong connection with finance, including measuring the impact of operations in financial terms in different what-if scenarios, the CFO or another executive from the commercial or supply chain leads IBP. Some argue that finance is the one that should take the lead because of the strong connection, that strong integration with finance, and to see IBP as a process separated from supply chain. I don't personally share the same perspective. If CEOs comes from operational, commercial, and financial backgrounds, why cannot we have the supply chain officer or the chief operating officer lead IBP? And we have seen cases like Tim Cook, CEO of Apple. He was the former chief operating officer under Steve Jobs. So why cannot we have them as the leaders for the IBP process? Of course, supply chain needs to master the language of the business, that is finance and accounting, as we are gonna see, but I don't see one approach. The S&OP process follows a 5-step approach. 1. Data gathering. 2. Demand plan. 3. Supply plan. 4. Pre-review S&OP meeting. 5. Executive S&OP meeting. The goal in S&OP is to balance demand and supply by identifying a workable solution. S&OP extends from 3 to 18 months. As it is a more strategic process and it involves all the functions, IBP extends from 3 to 36 months. The approach involves a close integration with finance. For example, the IBP team runs different scenario-based simulations to quantify the impact of the financials and make decisions considering the company as a whole. Language. In the S&OP process, the language is physical units. In fact, the different participants speak in different units of measure. Marketing talks about the cases. Logistics conversations are all about truckload, pallets, and cartons. Procurement discusses about each. In the most advanced S&OP processes or IBP, the language is value and financial metrics, including EBIT, EBITDA, margin, cash flow, and working capital. It is the language of the business. This is accounting and finance. If the language is spoken at the C-suite, understanding this language is critical to improve supply chain practitioners' career and to reach higher maturity levels in S&OP. What do you think? Are S&OP and IBP the same? Some of you may consider that S&OP and IBP are the same. Others may hold the opposite view. But let me tell you something. What truly matters is that to fully capture the financial and operational benefit of S&OP, IBP, companies must strive for reaching the highest maturity level when we have a close integration between finance and operations. Before you go, smash that like button and please subscribe to my channel to know about the intersection between operations and finance, to financialize your sales and operation plan. See you in the next video.